What is happening, YouTube? The Oklahoma City Thunders. We got revenge on them. So, last game, PG went out with the injury. Dort friggin' took Paul George out. Whether you want to call it intentional or not, that is up to y'all. Dort, he had a pretty good defensive game last game, but now Kawhi Leonard, he smelled blood. He smelled the blood. The Dort Chamber, the Dort Chamber got nothing on the Clippers tonight. We were pretty much in assassin mode. We were cooking them in all aspects. We were cooking them in threes. We were getting some lays. We were just straight up dominant. And then, since Paul George ain't playing, Bones Highland, he managed to crack the rotations, and it's and Bones Highland, he dominated. He dominated. Man, Kawhi Leonard, 13 for 15. The Dort Chamber, the guy who had Kawhi on clamps, didn't do nothing on him. 4 steals, 6 assists. I mean, 6 assists, 6 rebounds. That boy, he definitely reminded people who Kawhi Leonard is. Put some respect to Kawhi Leonard's name. The Dart Chamber, man, nah. All you gotta do is to put the right rotations around, and that's what just happened. Terrence Mann got more minutes. Bones Island got more minutes. We cooked up. We definitely cooked up. Marcus Morris Sr., that boy is he's been a shell of himself for the past 2 months. That, like, the past month, really. Past 2 months. Honestly, for the whole year. That man was just missing so many shots. He was getting fried on defense. That man should be only playing 50 minutes, in my opinion. And I don't want to come off as disrespectful, like I said, but I cannot just sugarcoat anything because that's literally what happened with Marcus Morris. He did get some rebounds, he did get some assists, and he got a steal, but those were all just stats. And defensive wise, he was pretty much the reason why OKC, they were in the game in the first half. And then the second half, Marcus Morris, he saw pretty much mostly less minutes, and the Clippers was just cooking. Marcus Morris, in my opinion, I think he just needs a fresh new start. The Clippers are not really a good fit for Marcus Morris, because Marcus Morris, he's pretty bad on both sides of the end. Offensively, is just not clicking. Defensively, is just extremely horrendous, and he makes a lot of boneheaded decisions. Really, um, I think if he goes to like a different team when he could just put a lot of shots up, or like a team that's just all defense, so Marcus Morris could get away with playing bad defense, I think he would be a little bit more better there. But that's one of the biggest um, priority. We gotta like find a trade for Marcus Morris for sure. Um, Morris, pretty much been holding the team back. He costed us a lot of games when Robert Covington should have started. Robert Covington, by the way, only got 5 minutes. Should be the other way around. Covington 25, Morris just 5 minutes. I mean, if you're still in love with Marcus Morris, you could maybe just give him like a 10 minutes or something like that. Let him get his shots up. Who knows? Maybe he could hit 1-3 and all that, and then just get him on the bench. Ivica Zubac, 10 rebounds. Of course, did his thing against Oklahoma City Thunders. He played a pretty low amount of minutes, but Ty Lue definitely got Bones in action a lot, so I'm definitely not too mad at Ty Lue tonight. But obviously, Morris still started, so pretty much tripping. Russell Westbrook, again, um, Russell Westbrook just that continues not to disappoint. 24 points. He got 4 turnovers, but I mean, that's part of being a point guard, really. 4 turnovers. I mean, that's not. It's low. It's still high, but it's not like like it's not like alarming. Like as long as it's the goal is for Russell Westbrook to stay under 5 or under turnovers, really. Um, that what Russell Westbrook got 7 dimes, 24 points. He even shot pretty well from the three. There were moments when he kind of like sagged off a bit, but nevertheless, he pretty much was pretty efficient tonight. And this is what I'm telling you. Um, if you just put like a solid rotation, you're pretty much good. And people want to say, "Oh, Russ is the problem," but the key is putting the right rotations in. We and the Clippers going 0 for 5. Um, the Clippers like they struggled before. It wasn't like the Clippers was just like this perfect team and then we added Russ. We were just all perfect. Like no, the beginning of the season, before Russ, like way before Russ, we've been terrible because Ty Lue he always falls in love with playing terrible rotations. Morris, um, Reggie Jackson, and very terrible lineups, and pretty much we would have similar type of losing streaks as well too. So um, I don't know what else to tell y'all. I don't think I need to remind y'all that Russell Westbrook is far from the problem for the LA Clippers. Um, but it showed tonight. It showed tonight that Russell Westbrook is continue to succeed. And last night was just beyond amazing. That boy was crashing the glass as well too. This game, he was more of a scorer this time. Um, and then the next player, Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon, um, he went 3 for 9. He hit 2 threes, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. So he definitely set some players up and all that. But honestly, he wasn't really that special. Even when Bones was struggling, I did suggest that like to be completely honest, the Clippers should have just simply, if the Clippers were planning to get Russ in the long run, the Clippers should have just simply um, stopped at getting Bones and Plumlee. The Clippers should not have went for Eric Gordon if the Clippers were planning to get Russell Westbrook in. And the way how we traded for Eric Gordon, it was definitely not worth it. It was a very boneheaded decision by Lawrence Frank. I've been mentioning it in my videos for so many past times, and the Clippers would have been better off like if they just simply got Bones, Plumlee, and Russ. Personally, like I would have liked Diabate to get backup center minutes, but obviously the front office doesn't believe in him, so they went with Plumlee, which I guess I'm fine with it. But um, like personally, um, Bones Highland should have been getting all the backup minutes all along, and we should not have costed a massive trade down for just Eric Gordon, who's like because okay, so what you're getting from Bones is your offense definitely rolls smoothly, like it rolls pretty efficiently. The offense is a lot faster. Defense, kind of sag off a bit. I mean, Bones Highland's not the best defender, but I believe he's not as bad as how people just over exaggerate him about. Eric Gordon, yeah, sure, his defense is slightly better, but his defense is definitely not the best. And his offensive game, um, he's good for he could definitely pull from the long bomb, but Bones Highland definitely runs the offense a lot better than Eric Gordon does, and that's why, from my personal point of view, Clippers. I don't think getting Eric Gordon was pretty much necessary from my personal perspective. I know Eric Gordon. He has a very strong fan base in the Clippers community because all the nostalgia he did back in 2007 to 2010. I mean, if we just simply got Gordon for cheap, we just got, I don't know, like we just sent cash consideration for Eric Gordon, or we just got him from a buyout, I would have been fine, I guess. But I would have still vouched for Highland to get minutes over Gordon. But considering we definitely traded 11 spots down, and so pretty much we got the Milwaukee Bucks pick, which is the Bucks are a very good team, and we agreed to swap our own picks. So we were banking on the Clippers to do extremely good. Even the Clippers, if everything went well, you still definitely traded down like the best case scenario, like 6 spots, which still is a lot because the Bucks are a pretty contending team. But anyways, Nico Batum. Nico Batum definitely started off pretty cold. Um, he even shot an air ball when he was just trying to practice a shot, but later on he definitely caught fire. 4 for 6, um, always from the three. Nico, he loves shooting the three, and he always does his thing on defense. His rebounding is not insanely high, but he definitely moved the ball more around, and of course his defense is there. 12 points, solid bench glue guy. Robert Covington definitely needs more minutes for sure. Again, he definitely should be taking a lot of minutes from Marcus Morris because Marcus Morris has been booty juice. Mason Plumlee, solid 7 rebounds, 1 block, a decent 2 points. He got a massive plus 28. Bones Highland, man, how many times did I tell y'all that Bones Highland should be playing more minutes? 16 points, um, 7 dimers, 4 rebounds. And what's the funny part is even when Bones Highland's assists isn't even really showing on the stat sheets. You like eye test wise, you always see him move the ball so well. We always play faster with Bones Highland, and that's why I prefer Bones Highland to be the main backup point guard. But that's just me. Well, honestly, I think a lot of people are definitely gonna think like that right now. Terrence Mann, of course, that boy definitely got to get more minutes. Terrence Mann, Bones Highland, they definitely have their chemistry together. They both get the offense going, and Terrence Mann gets to definitely helps the defense a lot, while Bones Highland definitely gets the offense going. And that's a deadly backcourt. That's what happens if you play the youth more. And when you play the youth, everything goes pretty well. Now, the next thing I would love to see, that would be somewhat of my mini wish list. I would love to see a Bones Highland, Brandon Boston Jr., and Terrence Mann, and then the icing on the cake, a Musa Diabate. Ooh, that would be beautiful. But this is an example. This is an example of what happens if you get the young players playing more. And Amir Coffey, he got 5 minutes, but he was pretty much a non-factor. But anyways, let's hop on to the OKC players. Um, Jalen Williams, the center Jalen Williams. He almost got a double double, 9 rebounds, 8 points, 4 assists, 2 steals. Um, you could tell that he could definitely be a solid stretch big within the future. It's just his 3-point shots was not falling. J-Dub, he didn't do as good compared to last night, that's great. Bones Highland, Terrence Mann, Kawhi Leonard was too much for J-Dub. Shea, he dropped his usual 30 points, smooth, 9 for 9 from the free throw. He didn't play as much minutes because I think the Oklahoma City Thunders, they waved a white flag quicker, but at the same time, they didn't really have any chance either because Bones, man, was just putting too much on a show. He got 3 blocks, so you can definitely tell Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, he's also improving on defense as well too. He definitely is starting to become a very good two-way player. I just wish that Kawhi Leonard could have just joined the Clippers with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and the Clippers could have still somehow found a way to get Paul George, but it's pretty tough to see Shea Gilgeous-Alexander just balling out with the Oklahoma City Thunders. The Thunders, they definitely got a great one with Shea, and they definitely got a really nice young core. Um, Josh Giddey, he got a solid 18 points, 4 dimers. He had a little low rebounding night, but he was pretty solid with the scoring. A lot of it, some of it, a factor because Marcus Morris has been a traffic cone on defense. So once you get Morris out, the Clippers just kept rolling. Lou Dort, the Dort Chamber, that man was, hey, that's karma for injuring Paul George, buddy. 1 for 11. That man shot a bunch of bricks. That boy couldn't even make layups. Layups. Beautiful. So beautiful. The Dort Chamber, he was the best defender tonight. He locked himself up. But he did get 6 rebounds and 2 assists and 2 steals, but he definitely did not do anything on Kawhi. Kawhi just barbecued him. Love it. You gotta love to see it. The OKC bench, they were pretty much stagnant, really. Isaiah Joe, that man shot so many bricks. That's good. He shot a lot of bricks. Usually Isaiah Joe is kind of their spark plug from 3. Usman Jang, a decent 9 points. I guess that was their best player from the bench. Last game, Usman Jang was a walking brick. Trey, man, I'm a little surprised that guy didn't get double digits minutes. A lot of people thought Trey Mann was definitely going to be the building block for the Oklahoma City Thunders, but lately, I don't know. His minutes have been pretty low. Um, I don't I don't know what Thunders fans think of Trey Mann, but he was pretty hyped up within like last year and beginning of the year, but this year he's been pretty stagnant. But really, it was just all SGA, Giddey, and J Dub, like pretty much the 3 players. Rest of the Thunders play, they were pretty bad, and that's a good thing. And another good news is um, tomorrow is going to be the Kings versus the Suns. If the Sacramento Kings win, we advance to the 4th seed. And then the next game we play is the New Orleans Pelicans. And the Pelicans, we've been losing to the Pelicans a lot. They've been a pretty bad matchup for the Los Angeles Clippers lately. So we definitely got to get the dub against the Pelicans. They got Brandon Ingram. They got Jonas. They got Herb. They got Grand Theft Alvarado. Of course, they got McCollum. They don't have Zion yet. But when they have Zion, they're definitely going to be a problem. The Pelicans, they've been struggling lately, so hopefully the Clippers could get it together, climb up to the 4th seed. We do not want to fall into playing. That's the last thing we would want to see happen. Like, just do whatever it means, avoid the playing. That's our goal. and maybe we get the fourth seed, and then we probably face Phoenix in the first round, which surprisingly, this is a hot take, but this could be a good matchup for us because the Phoenix Suns, they just recently got KD, so the chemistry is not going to be the best, and plus he's hurt, so the chemistry is going to be rough, and I think the Clippers should get the more favorable edge, and we could definitely beat the Suns in the next round, and next round we'll see what happens, but this was a really good bounce back from last game loss, because last game loss was just pretty much embarrassing. So many ways how the Clippers could have just easily won, but this game, um, obviously Covington could have got more minutes, but Bones Highland out of nowhere, he definitely got a huge amount of minutes, 26 minutes. We definitely got to see more of that down the line, and even when Paul George comes back, I personally would like Bones over Eric Gordon personally, because before Eric Gordon was just the main guy running the point guard, and Bones Highland was just getting straight up DNPs. Um, but Bones, he definitely pushed the pace. But anyways, we sleeping good. Simple as that. Let me know what y'all feeling right now, cause um, the vibe just 2 days ago was terrible, but now the vibe is just feeling great. Peace.